Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado takes the shot and knocks it down. Gloria is open. 3-point. Oh my goodness! He's a jumper by Robin Celis. Caballero has time. Now it's Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness. Encho immediately going to work, getting the basket plus a foul.
Selection yun magaling mag-adjust, and yung mga players nila sobrang mga veterano talaga. So kailangan talaga pagandaan yung physical game.
And Robin for free. Good!
Sinabi sa kanila, we need to stay hungry and be disciplined kasi malakas ang gawa.
Pag si Coach Gerson talaga, it's all about adjustment talaga. Parang chess match yan.
Ildefonso finally buries a free. Manuel, the answer on the other end.
Pangasinan si contender, tapos they have to defend home court pa.
So dito pa lang namin ma-challenge yung sarili namin, yung karakter ng team namin.
Oh, the backdoor! Magdalio scores! Serrano takes it and makes it!
Encho looks at the crowd of the fans of the Abra Weavers, telling them, let's go.
Naimbag Garabi, mga kaliga. We travel up north once again to the beautiful province of Abra for what could be one of the most exciting games of the regular season between the Pangasinan Heatwaves and the Abra Solid North Weavers. Masusubukan ang lakas nila Dave Ildefonso at Encho Serrano laban sa experience ni Vic Manuel. But in this game, only the elite will survive. Buckle up, folks, as the show starts right now dito lang sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
A blockbuster showdown awaits here in the beautiful province of Abra. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa loob ng Governor Andres P. Bernos Memorial Gym as Vic Manuel, the muscle man, impressive in his campaign so far, but a challenging task awaits in Dave Ildefonso, arguably the top dog and the face in the league. It's the battle of the top teams in the North Division, Pangasinan Heatwaves kontra Abra Solid North Weavers. Naimbag nga gabi mga kaliga, Ken Panglinan alongside Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, itong Abra Weavers, they have been solid, spectacular in their 11-game winning streak. They even defended their home turf 2 weeks ago against the Quezon Huskers. Pero ito, very intriguing showdown going up against Pangasinan.
Indeed, it's very intriguing. Much as you talk about the impressive run of itong Abra Weavers, so does itong Pangasinan, winners of 4 of their last games, a 4-game win streak, and we'll see what gives both these teams pretty much prepared for this crucial match tonight.
And we're live tonight on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel and also on Solar Sports. And Coach Mike, silipin natin ang ating team standings because earlier we saw the San Juan Knights win convincingly over Muntinlupa. That enabled them to tie up Abra at second place. Nueva Ecija still undefeated, pero lurking behind there is the Pangasinan Heatwaves.
So this battle is really going to be about who's going to be number 2 this week. Pagdating dyan sa North Division, the winner should end up number 2, second to Nueva Ecija, is leading right now in the division.
At ganyan po kahalaga yung matchup natin tonight between these two teams. Certainly have championship aspirations. Unahin na natin itong Pangasinan Heatwaves. Coach Mike, you already mentioned they're currently on a 4-game winning run, and here just pretty much dominating itong Marikina in Paco Arena.
Oh, they were up by 8 at the break, but they started the third with a big 14-point run and never looked back. Well, Gortizo was very impressive in that game, shooting 70% from the field, going 12 of 17 for the 29 points. Shot the ball real well, 49%. Itong Pangasinan, they dominated the boards, plus 16 on the rebounds, and because of that, they had so much more points in the paint, and the bench was pretty big. 35 of those 68 bench points coming from Napoles, Robin, and Harvey Pagsanhan.
And this is a very determined squad under Coach Gerson Cabiltes. Pero kaharap nila ngayon in front of their rabid home fans, itong Abra Solid North Weavers, Coach Mike, and very impressive yung naging 11-game winning run nila. Halos lahat tambakan yung mga naging laro, including this one. Kalaban nila itong Emos from the get-go, getting things going early and never look back.
What's impressive about that 11-game win run is really started off with that loss in Pasa and everything's been going up, including this win over Emos, a 23-point win. They pretty much did so well on the field, 47%. Their three-pointers, they were +9 3-point makes, making 13 of their 33 attempts. And because of that, they had better points as well. In the paint, they were a +10 in that department, and the bench contributed big, 62 big bench points. Encho had 15. Jorel Gonzalez, the homegrown, had 12 to be part of that 27 of the 62 bench points coming para dito sa Abra Weavers.
And Abra remains undefeated at home dating back to last season. But Coach Mike, kung titingnan natin yung mga player matchups, one thing that stands out is the matchup between these two battle-tested veterans. On one side, you have Vic Manuel for Pangasinan, churning out the numbers here. 16.3 points, leading his team in scoring. Samantala, Marquis, limited minutes, but still a force to be reckoned with para dito sa Abra.
Limited minutes si Marquis. Volume shots itong si Vic Manuel, but the percentage really more on the side of Marquis, primarily because he takes very few shots, but a lot of it he makes. Yung rebounds at saka yung assists, halos pareho na yan. But I guess with these numbers, you throw that out of the window. You look at what influence they have, especially on these young players, on their respective teams, and we're talking about leadership. That I think is one key facet of the influence of both these players.
Should be a fun matchup. Those two guys are with Miss Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. Two of the most respected players of Philippine basketball, Vic Manuel and Marquis. Magandang gabi, mga Ginoo. Vic, napakalaki ng expectation sa'yo sa season na to, no? At isa ito sa pinaka-challenging na laro mo, itong against Abra Weavers. Kumusta itong challenge na to sa'yo at lalo na ang dedepensa sa'yo ay si Marquis?
Siyempre, pinaghandaan ko rin itong laro na to. Kailangan din namin panalo. Alam namin medyo mahirap yung trabaho namin ngayon kasi lalo na nasa home court pa sila. Pero siyempre, as a team, bibigay lang namin yung best namin para manalo sa ngayong gabi.
Vic, sinusuportahan kayo ng mga Pangasinan fans, no? Manalo, matalo. Anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanila ngayong gabi?
Siyempre, hindi ako magpasalamat sa inyo. Sinusuportahan niyo yung Pangasinan. Sana tuloy-tuloy nyo lang hanggang sa marating natin yung goal natin.
Maraming salamat, the muscle man, Vic Manuel. Kuya Mark, napansin namin, syempre hindi ka na masyado nag-focus sa shots mo, no? Mas focused ka na sa help, syempre, no? At leadership mo sa teammates mo. Pero itong larong to, medyo challenging to para sa inyo, no? Lalo na at nandun nga si Vic Manuel. Anong nasa isip mo ngayon?
Hindi, yun nga, lalong naging malakas yung Pangasinan kasi nadagdagan kay Vic. Alam mo naman natin, iba yung experience niya. Yun nga, kailangan lang talaga namin magtulungan lahat ng mga kasamahan ko kasi nga, yun nga, hindi kami malakas pero magdaanan namin sa dasal, sipag, and then magtulungan lahat, wala po imposible.
Maraming salamat. Anong gusto mo sabihin sa lahat ng fans, no, na nandito sa loob ng Coliseum ngayong gabi, nandito sila lahat para sumuporta sa inyo?
Yun na, unang-una, papasalamat ako kay Daddy God na nakarating kami dito and then binigyan kami chance sa mga paglaro. Sa lahat po ng taga-Abra, maraming salamat po sa suporta niyo po sa MPBL, lalo na sa team na to, kay Boss JB, kay Ma'am Ching. Laro na to, about laro namin dito, binibigay po namin lahat ng best namin para sa inyo. God bless po sa ating lahat.
Maraming salamat, Kuya Mark Yee. Now it's gonna be Pangasinan versus Abra. Miguel Pere, take it away.
This is gonna be exciting, mga kaliga, as we bring you tonight's main game here inside the Governor Andres P. Bernos Memorial Gym in Bangued, Abra. It's Pangasinan Heatwaves versus your Abra Solid North Weavers. Live on Solar Sports, the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters, beginning with Pangasinan Heatwaves. Starting at forward, number 9, Harvey Pagsanhan. Also at guard number 7, Hesed Cabo. To guard number 33, King Gurtiza. Power forward number 28, the Komodo Dragon, Michael Mapula. Playing center number 2, the Muscle Man, Vic Manuel. The head coach for the Heat Waves is Gerson Gabiltes. Assistant coaches Noy Catalan, Jun Marzan, Florian Pineda, Ariel Season, Harold Nong, Joseph Guion, Dan Xavier, and June Medina. And now, mga kaliga, get on your feet, cause it's time to meet the starting unit of your Abra Solid North Weavers. Starting at guard, number 4, Marwin Taiwan. Also at guard, number 7, Jack Cruz Dumont. Coming in at center, number 30, Alfred Batino. Forward, number 16, CJ Austria. And the other forward, number 1, Dave Ildefonso. The head coach for Abra Solid North Weavers is Yong Garcia. Assistant coaches, Denok Miranda, Don Uro, and Edsel Valenya. Team owners, Bukay Mayor Jaja Bernos and Congressman JB Bernos.
Starting 5 brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory, feel more game with 1xBet. Pangasinan with a backcourt of Henset Cabok, King Gurtiza. Up front, Vic Manuel, Michael Mabulak, and Harvey Pagsanhan. For Abra, Marwin Taiwan, Jack Cruz Dumont, Alfred Batino, CJ Austria, and Dave Ildefonso in his 15th consecutive start. And very interesting, Coach Mike here for Abra. Seems like they have a smaller lineup to begin this ball game kontra dito sa Pangasinan.
Yeah, matter of fact, itong si CJ Austria, I think this is only his second start in 13 games. And the Heat Waves, though, you know this game is so important to them because you're getting Vic Manuel to start this match.
And this is a welcome sight if you're Pangasinan. Right off the bat, Henset Gabo scoring for the Heat Waves.
And very important, you're playing at the home of the Abra Weavers. You gotta start strong and dictate the momentum early on.
Austria against King Gurtiza rolls it up for the first basket of the Weavers.
Well, how important is that for CJ Austria to immediately get the first 2 points? I feel that he's not yet reached his peak here as a Weaver, but there is going to get to a time that he will be one of the key guys alongside Encho Serrano and Joshua David.
At siya ang bumabantay ngayon kay Vic Manuel.
Yeah. Boy.
Binanggit na in mismo, I think si Coach Yong during that teaser. Chess match ito eh.
Oo. At saka interesting yung yung mga matchup, cross-matching, how are they gonna, adjust defensively? We'll see.
But CJ, is deceptively strong as a wing player. As Mike Mabulak, short snap is good.
So far, efficient start for Pangasinan, and you like that. This is pretty much the type of a team that Coach Gerson would love to see on the floor for the Heat Waves.
Abra, arguably the most potent team, both offensively and defensively. Number 2 in terms of points scored and points given up. That's a basket from Jack Cruz Dumont to tie the ball game up at 4 apiece.
You could tell that these guys, both these teams have prepared well. And the initial sets for both these teams have been done really good, and they made all their baskets. And it seems to me it's not just the teams, even the players themselves, including the coaches, have really looked forward to this match.
Alam mo, nagpunta kami sa practice ni Mika yesterday. Nagulat ako, ito yung unit na nilaran ni Coach Yong as Vic Manuel missing on that jumper. Big rebound by Dave Ildefonso. Forward pass. Austria providing an impact immediately for Abra.
That to me is where that cross match between CJ Austria and Vic Manuel would matter. If they miss a shot and CJ Austria runs the other side of the floor, somebody's got to cover CJ on open floor.
Palagi ko tingin nila kayang unahan ni CJ Austria in transition to si Vic Manuel.
Oh, without a doubt.
And both teams really thrive in transition. Jack Cruz Dumont has found the stroke. An early 4-point lead for Abra.
Oh, Cruz Dumont. How about this guy? Averaging 3 points per game. He's got 4 right now.
4 points each for Cruz Dumont and CJ Austria. Marwin Taiwan off to the races, lays it up and in. And an early timeout by Coach Gerson Cabiltes. An 8-0 run for the Abra Solid North Weavers. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday Karaoke.
To both these teams, points of turnovers matter. They're pretty close, roughly 18 each. But so far, early in this game, it's the Weavers winning that stat line.
And Abra with an early 6-point lead with 2.5 minutes gone by in the first. Back with us here inside the Governor Andres B. Bernos Memorial Gymnasium in Bangued, Abra. Pangasinan got the first basket, but boy, Abra with a quick response. Lamang na sila dito ng 6 na puntos. Hesed Gabo off that screen for 3. It's good.
Well, perfectly run flex action right there, ending up with Hesed Gabo on that wing 3. Didn't even go to that ball screen, went straight up for that shot, and you need Hesed to knock these down.
Interesting how Harvey Pagsanhal will contain. Ito si Dave Ildefonso who rises for 3, backs it in. Gurtiza, floater, no good, but a foul called on the Weavers.
And that 3 by Dave Ildefonso has brought the house down.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
You know, Dave Ildefonso in his first 3 games, he was actually shooting 2 of 19 from 3. That's really just 10%. But boy, since that loss to Pasay, Davis has gone on 30 makes of 68 attempts, 44% from 3 points. It's apart from the makes, it's the volume shots that he's taking, which has really been impressive for Dave Ildefonso.
King Gurtiza missing his first free throw, but came off a breakout performance in their last game against Marikina. Sablay, parehong free throw. Dave Ildefonso with another rebound. Abra up early here. Ildefonso laban kay Pagsanhan. Dave steps back. Another 3-point shot, that time off the mark.
And that time they covered well that shot of Dave Ildefonso, but still, that was a good look for Dave.
Austria corrals that Pagsanhan miss. Going right at Mabulak. CJ, wow! Bring out the guns for CJ Austria with 6 points.
Definitely. You could actually hear the coaching staff of the Abra Weavers telling CJ Austria to push that ball. And so once he heard that signal, he went immediately inside the paint, tried to attack the defense of Mike Mabulak, stayed the course, and finished through contact.
Ito yung panggulat agad ni Coach Yong Garcia, si CJ Austria.
Oh, talagang panggulat yan si CJ. Oh man.
As he will now head to the line for 2 free throws.
Mac Talio is on the floor right now for the Heat Waves to add a little bit more of foot speed and perimeter defense para dito sa Heat Waves. But the activity of a CJ Austria is gonna benefit the Weavers a lot because it helps the rotation of Encho Serrano and Joshua David.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. CJ Austria has always been a solid per minute scorer. You see here the coaching staff, of course, boss Mike Acosta there, has scored in every game this season except in his debut despite playing limited minutes.
I like that you brought up the limited minutes, Ken, because I'd like to say that he has not scored well against the tough teams. He gets normally about 10 minutes against those teams, and right now would be a good opportunity for him to prove his value and his worth in the rotation of Coach Yong.
10 ng lamang ng Abra sa poste. Jory Napoles, one-hander, no good. Austria grabs another board. Jack Cruz Dumont
Wants to clear this empty ball screen.
laban kay Mac Talio. Ildefonso libre para sa tres. Short. Napoles grabs the rebound, and I feel like rebounding will also be a key stat here in this matchup, Coach Mike.
Totoo yan. Napakahalaga ng rebounding dito sa teams na to because one, if you're the Heat Waves, you love to control the offensive rebound so that you get more chances to score. Samantalang ito naman Abra Weavers so that you can generate fast break opportunities kaagad, defensive rebounding.
Mabulak laban kay Patino. Kick out pass. Talio has yet to hit the free until now. This season was 0 out of 16 before that hit.
Boy, they need that from a Mac Talio. And ito yung mga laban na gusto mo no? Different guys stepping up for their respective teams. For the Heat Waves, Mac Talio.
Ildefonso, baseline drive. Kick out, Taiwan, swing pass. Dumont for free, no. Batino grabs the offensive board.
That's where they've been so good at, offensive rebounding.
Before the shot, foul given up by Hesed Gabo.
Well, obviously, the Heat Waves trying to take away the three-point shot of Dave Ildefonso. They want him to drive where they get more help.
0 out of 16 before that made shot from beyond the arc. Ito si Mac Talio. Spider-Mac going to work.
And the hope of your coach Gerson is that it brings a lot of confidence back to Mac Talio.
A second remaining. Ildefonso has missed his last 3 shots. Talio, forward pass, Mabulak. Great cut. Pagsanhando overcooking that shot. Gabo lost it. Taiwan spins. Forward pass, Ildefonso. Hard foul given up by Mac Talio.
Well, that's the only way you can stop a Dave Ildefonso. You can't just be standing there and giving him a easy finish. And Marvin Taiwan has pushed that pace, locating Ildefonso. Mac Talio had to stop him, and the only way to do that will be to put a little bit of force so that it prevents an easy basket for a very strong Dave Ildefonso.
Mac Talio facing his former team last season, Abra, where he averaged 11.1 points in 21 minutes. And as expected, Coach Mike, just a good hard foul from Mac Talio.
Yeah, I agree. That's just playoff basketball type of play, because this is a playoff atmosphere. You see Mac Talio going over to Dave and apologizing to him. But for me, in that short span, when I saw the eyes of Mac Talio, you know he's in this game to compete against these Abra Weavers at home.
Dave Ildefonso against Imos, 25 points, 66.7% shooting from the field. And you've mentioned his struggles to begin the season. Only 12 points on 28.6% shooting from the field in the first 3 games. But boy, he has been on a tear in the last 4. 27.3 points, 5.3 threes, 21 triples in a span of 4 games.
Oo, totoo yun. At saka tumatak talaga sa kanya yung pagkakatalo nila sa Pasay, where he did not even make a single 3-point shot. And so he vowed on himself that I'm going to do better. Mac Talio with a 3 missed right there.
Natapik niya yung bola. At mabibigyan na isa pang pagkakataon ang Pangasinan. Mac Talio really looking for a shot and buries that mid-range jumper.
I love this Mac Talio that we're seeing right now. I'm sure a lot of the fans of Mac Talio would love to see him at this level once again.
Ildefonso, now it's Jory Napoles, tasked to guard him. Serrano steps into a free, knocks that one down.
And you got to contend with those threes as well in Enzo Serrano. You cannot leave him out there.
Floater by Galanza off the back rim. Austria with another board. Taiwan, Serrano nakabuelo, binangga ni Mac Talio. 2 free throws coming up for Enzo.
The quick fouls here for Mac Talio. He is trying to get a stop against that streaking Encho Serrano. Oh, wow. Just a good look.
Nakita ni Encho, no, na binigyan siya ng space ni Mac Talio. Unfortunately for Mac, that's his third foul.
Yeah.
In comes Mike Di Gregorio.
Well, Mac Talio did not want to give that space for Encho Serrano. Pero yung big man na nag-dive, I'm not so sure if that was Batino was driving in the middle. He was forced to help on that dive middle, leaving Encho Serrano on that wing 3. And so once that ball got swung over to Encho, he tried to close out, but Mac Talio was late.
Early avalanche by Abra. Up by a dozen, 24-12. Melencio at the controls. Mike Di Gregorio also yet to hit a free this season. 0 of 19.
Oh, yes. That's one other guy too that you hope would hit from outside.
Napoles challenging the defense. That was a tough shot.
That's the type of Jory Napoles that we saw in Manila last season, and you love for him to stay, attacking the cup.
Galanza attacks to guard Serrano. Encho off the bounce. Serrano, last second dish to Marquis, corner free, too strong. Ildefonso swoops in and got pushed by Mike Di Gregorio. That's gonna be a challenge for Mike.
Oh yeah.
Siya yung bantay ngayon ni Dave. And unfortunately for Pangasinan, they are in penalty.
Naturally, si Dave Ildefonso is a wingman that loves to crash the boards. And so once he saw that shot of Marquis being on the opposite side of the floor, he knew that there was a good chance that ball was going to end up on that side. And so he went for it, got that ball, got fouled, and so he's on the line.
6 points. Melencio will bring the ball down for Pangasinan, approaching the 2-minute mark of the first period. Jory Napoles fires from deep. And the back is open here on a Saturday night for the Heat Waves. Floater by Serrano, no goods. And Gong Flores with a rebound. Melencio, his sweet spot. That one pops out. Flores again. The reverse plus a foul.
On this forceful response from the Heat Waves. Well executed half-court set, a good defensive stop, and the run the other way. Look at this, Ian Melencio. You're right, that was his sweet spot. But how about this effort by Lervin Flores to get the offensive rock and put it back in?
Gong Flores has earned more playing time in their last 4 games, averaging only 5.3 points, but 10.8 rebounds.
At saka laking bagay talaga ni Lervin Flores. Let's not forget, this guy's a champion. And so, that experience that he brings, very important para dito sa Heat Waves.
Cuts this lead down to 6. Joshua David. 5 seconds remaining. Raven Gonzalez. Malakas yung kanyang floater. Flores again with a rebound. De Gregorio onto the front court. Attacks. Got blocked there. Raven Gonzalez, the leading shot blocker for the Weavers with 1.8 blocks. Rejecting that one.
That is almost a guaranteed one of the 2 blocks for the game that you will see from Raven. And there could possibly be more, especially as he gets more minutes on the floor.
Freeing himself up, Galanza could not hit the free. De Gregorio giving them another possession.
Coach Jerson loving this effort of the Heat Waves right now on the floor.
Galanza, this time from mid-range. Wala pa din. Tapikan ng bola. Napunta kay Encho Serrano. They pleading for the ball, but Encho told him to settle things down. Serrano, his left hand. No, but nobody boxing out Raven Gonzalez.
Definitely. They got preoccupied with Encho Serrano getting inside the plane, playing within his space. And Raven just stayed active.
Jory Napoles over Marquis. Ball batted around. Marquis retrieves it for the Weavers. Joshua David pulls it back out, asking a screen, rejecting it. Now it's Marquis popping out. Thought about it. Back to Joshua David. 2-man game between David and Marquis. Now it's Gonzalez with a one-hander again.
Wow. That's why you love a Raven Gonzalez. We talked about Kalisaan earlier, being a pick and roll guy in the paint. Exactly the same way that Raven Gonzalez being used by the Abra Weavers. Middle ball screen on a floater and a shot down the lane.
Last foul to give in the quarter for Abra. 5.2 seconds remaining. Assist of the game is brought to you by OneXBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with OneXBet.
And you love that mentality na catch and shoot. That time around, catch and floater shot for Raven Gonzalez.
Ralph Robin, first appearance now for the Pangasinan Heatwaves. Napoles, catch and shoot free. Bouncing off the rim. A second remaining. Mark Yee grabs another rebound, and first quarter comes to a close. Markey and the rest of the Abra Solid North Weavers having a good first quarter here, as etong si CJ Austria, yung naging talagang surprise package para dito sa Abra.
Ako personally, I'm not surprised that CJ Austria. Matter of fact, I'm waiting for this kind of game for CJ Austria. Well, David Defonso knocked down his first three, but after that, it's been good defensive stops by the Heatwaves that allow them to, make this a closer game as it is. So far, much as it's a lead for the Abra Weavers, I love the effort of the Heatwaves.
29-19, Abra ahead by 10 at the end of quarter number 1.
Back at the Governor Andres B. Bernos Memorial Gym as we are witnessing this super exciting game between the Pangasinan Heatwaves and the Abra Solid North Weavers. You talked about this earlier. Harvey Pagsanhan has a huge task tonight, and that is to defend one of the most effective wingmen of the league in Dave Ildefonso. But guess what? They did a stint together in Batangilas 2015 to 2016 when they won against China in the FIBA tournament, and did Siaba as well. Kwento ni Pagsanhan, hindi niya makakalimutan ang first day ng tryouts. He was starstruck kasi andun sila kay Danny Aino in the house. Of course, to support Dave, may dala pa daw video camera covering every move of Dave. Si Dave naman, sabi niya, second to third stringer lang ako noon. Si Harvey talaga ang mas maganda ang laro. Kaya di ko makakalimutan sa UAAP, nagharap din kami ulit. UE versus Ateneo, up sila 3 points. Few seconds left, napasok ko yung tres ko. And defender ko siya noon. So ganun talaga ang relationship naming dalawa ever since. Let's see tonight, Ken and Coach Mike.
You never cease to amaze Miss Mika Abisamis, and of course, our entire production team. What a story there, Coach Mike.
Oh my God, that story, let alone the personalities involved in this game, Harvey and Dave, but just such an inspiring story. A lot of ballers and guys like us, we're dreamers in the passion that we have for the game. But for these guys to embody that type of involvement, especially at the game at this level, it just keeps telling us na, just gotta keep on going.
Nakita ko din nun si Gian Mamuyak, that was part of that team. SJ Pilanghel.
Oh my.
That was a loaded squad, that Gilas 16 under lineup. Serrano for free. Second triple. Galing kay Encho Serrano.
Wow. They came off a Spain action, which didn't have anything for Joshua David. Tried to reverse that ball on that weak side wing, and Encho says, I've got a late defender on me, and so I'm going to take it.
Gong Flores pumwersa sa ilalim. 2 more points for the former Arellano Chief.
And Irvin Flores loving that matchup with Markey down in the middle.
Bola na agaw. Transition opportunity, broken up though by Joshua David. 32-23, Abra with a 9-point lead. Mark Yee settles for a free. Off the heel, Vic Manuel taps it to Ian Melencio.
Good box out by Vic.
Flores susugod na naman. Pirouettes inside, no. Flores just aggressive.
And the Weavers asking for a travel, and that move by Lervin Flores. They didn't get that call, but
Yee free for free. No. Gong Flores grabs another rebound.
So far, Marquis has not made a three-pointer here. And what, 4 attempts so far? He's been open. They're leaving Marquis open from 3.
Valencia will reset their offense. Ian snakes through 2 defenders, making it look easy with a mid-range jumper.
That's easy kasi napakaraming beses na niyang ginawa yan. Dito man yan o Panalay or wherever he plays, he's so used to that middle ball screen action that he understands reads and is able to make good decisions.
Serrano at the controls, going to Joshua David. Hard show by Manuel. David escapes, pulls up from mid-range as well.
And you like that decision of Joshua David. You hard show on me, you switch on me, I'm gonna attack that switch. Got off of it and able to make that shot from 15.
Di Gregorio can't convert. 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
But so far, if you're a Coach Jerson, you like where you are now. You're down only 9 against a very powerhouse team in the Abra Weavers, and they're playing at home.
So far, during the 11-game run of Abra, Coach Mike, most of their wins have been blowouts ever since that loss against the Pasay Voyagers. Dixer, great move of the game, born for greatness. This was that forceful attack by Lervin Flores.
Yeah, and their last games have really been impressive as well. Winning by as much as 31 against Bacolod. They win by a margin of 20 and lose by a margin of 10. That only loss coming against Pasay. What a move!
Collado now in for Pangasinan. So Coach Jerson Cabiltes with a deep rotation has used 11 guys already. Sa loob, Manuel, the one-hander, pretty much automatic.
Ganda nun. Little deceleration with that step. And that finish by Vic Manuel.
You know, check that. 13 guys already playing for Pangasinan. A foul given up by the Heatwaves on that attack by Marvin Taiwan. No basket. It will not count. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Yung planted yung pivot foot niya at binalikan ni Vic Manuel. What's Sabatino to do? He played that straight up. Good defense, but really just the footwork and the strength to be able to finish with one hand on that short corner.
Nasa loob na ulit si Dave Ildefonso. And again, it's Pagsanhan, tasked to guard him. And if you know Harvey, sobrang humble nito eh. He will always downplay whatever achievement or task that he has. As Marvin Taiwan blows past Hesed Gabo, but Gabo standing his ground, grabbing the rebound. Passing it to De Gregorio. Whips it to Collado. Vic Manuel. Natapikan. Taiwan again with a steal. Ildefonso, the fake and the finish.
Well, that pretty much is Weavers basketball right there. Starts off with the defensive end of the floor, but Vic Manuel staying the course here. He's not gonna let down his Heatwaves team, family, and fans with just not showing up. He's definitely shown up for this match.
Patino, mid-range jumper, wala yan. De Gregorio grabs and goes. Attacks. Skip pass, Collado takes that free, off the mark. Pagsanhan can't get the rebound. Taiwan now with a basketball for the Weavers. Pocket pass broken up. And Mike De Gregorio, how about this guy who's been struggling mightily, has made an impact not in scoring but on defense and rebounding.
That is exactly correct, Ken. He read that two-man action perfectly well. He knew that there was a pocket pass incoming. And so he stayed middle of Batino and Taiwan enough to deflect it and get that rock.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
And the Weavers are not going to allow anyone to just get into the middle and attack them. And which is exactly what Marvin Taiwan did. He dug deep on that middle attack by Vic Manuel. Got the deflection and that run the other way to feed off that pass over to David Defonso. But if you're Coach Gerson Cabiltes, you like where you are. I've seen some actions, staggers ending up in elevators and basically base actions for the Weavers that they've defended pretty well. And these guys are scoring only because of recoveries on those reads by the Weavers.
Coach Young Garcia sues for time as their lead has been dwindled down to 5. 36-31. We'll pause for a break.
Yung native talaga ng Pangasinan si tatay. So, when they see my name, they remember him talaga.
Yeah.
So, siyempre for me, masaya ako kasi nakikita ko yung legacy na nandala ng tatay ko sa mga tao ng Pangasinan. And for me talaga, siguro naisip ko lang na huwag ko lang i-tarnish yung legacy talaga yung tatay. Try ko man lang to be on the right path or siguro try ko lang ma-equal man lang.
In terms of basketball, Coach Mike, the father of David Defonso, the legendary Danny I, has been the pride and joy of the city of Urdaneta in Pangasinan. And it's quite ironic that Dave is now facing off against the home team of his dad right now. And, one of the top contenders dito sa North Division. At maaaring hindi lang ito yung kaisa-isang matchup na ma-feature itong si Dave pati itong Pangasinan.
Oo, totoo ka dyan. But really, that's just the circle of life. And at where you're put in, you gotta play to your role. And which is exactly what Dave is doing. He reveres what his dad has achieved. Sabi nga niya, siguro mahirap malampasan pero at the very least mapantayan man lang, ano? And how many more of father dads of hoop dreamers can actually do that? And you just have to admire how Dave was brought up by his dad and how he's actually performed to his potential.
5-point lead. Vic Manuel against CJ Austria with amazing defense on that possession. Now in space, CJ against Vic. Batino offering that screen. Collado switches onto him. Austria for free. Way off the mark.
That was a miss by CJ, but you cannot stop shooting. I mean, you've started real good. And this is a good start to your game. You gotta keep at it if you're CJ.
Pero hindi nagustuhan ni Coach Young yung tira na yun. He thought he could have attacked the basket.
Right.
Especially against Jay Collado. Oh, how about that up and under move from Mike Di Gregorio.
What an escape move by Mike De Gregorio. We've always seen a lot of footwork from him, and that's been the most impressive finish so far. Dave rises for three.
Great screen by Batino, but couldn't cash in from downtown. Di Gregorio. Manuel laban kay Austria. You like how Vic is not forcing things.
Oh, right.
Now he sets up on the block. Double team comes. Pagsanhan, out of control. Can't get it. Cruz Dumont, forward pass. Ildefonso. Nobody able to stop him down low.
Who's to stop him down low? That close. And he's got so much power. He can absorb contact. And the best you can do is to really stay in front of him and make it difficult for him to make that shot.
David Ildefonso with 10 points. Di Gregorio navigating through that Collado screen. Smothered. Oh, great pass. He was on the floor but able to dish out to Jay Collado. This was the up and under, escaping the defense of Marvin Taiwan. And then on the other side, Ildefonso patiently going to work inside. Collado missing his first free throw. And the The Abra fans jeering him on.
Well, hindi naman matitinag yan si Jay Collado. Veteranong player din yan. You have to remember at some point, he was one of the key guys of Coach Jerson.
The street throw, but it's atin na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
You're down 5 at home versus the Weavers. You're in a good place if you're Coach Jerson.
And there's still 2 and 20 minutes remaining here in the second period. Serrano has really found the stroke. Third triple of the ball game for Encho Serrano.
And Encho Serrano feeling it from the outside. He's normally a 25% three-point shooter, but so far, this gem has been kind tonight from 3 to Encho.
And if you recall, he was the one who provided the lift
Oh, yes.
when they were down against Quezon. Mike Mabulak, though, answers with that 20-footer.
A pretty silent contribution here from Mike Mabulak. He's one of the top guys that actually has scored a lot in the recent games for the Heat Waves. And you'd like to see more of him if you're Coach Jerson.
Serrano one-on-one against Mike Di Gregorio. Serrano gets past Mike DG. Collado, no choice but to give up that foul. It's really tough for the defenders, Coach Mike, because clearly they're trying to give space for Encho, pero he's been hitting those outside shots, and that's really opened up his game here in the first half.
And the thing that's making it difficult to even be checking quickly itong si Encho Serrano, because he's made a couple of threes.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer.
And so that puts a lot of pressure defensively, because you don't know if you close out long whether he's going to take a three or attack you back. And mind you, itong si Encho Serrano, I'm pretty sure Coach Jerson and the coaching staff have studied well his finishes inside the paint. If he's going right, if he's going left, they do understand how he finishes. But man, for him to be able to still hoist up that shot just speaks in volumes of the kind of player that Encho Serrano is on a finish.
Pagsanhan can't find the angle on that floater. Serrano wants to settle things down.
Dave wants a post up, and you see how Encho wants him to clear.
One-on-one against Jory Napoles. Serrano off the bounce. Napoles sticking to him. Gabo with a double team. And great job by Pangasinan forcing a turnover.
And simply because, in my opinion, they know how he's going to attack on that right side of the floor.
You love the respect between Encho Serrano and Dave Ildefonso. Kanina hinihingi ni Dave, hindi binigay. Nag-commit ng turnover si Encho, immediately apologizing to Dave.
Yeah. And to me, that's just team culture of the Weavers. Taking accountability and moving on to the next play.
And Encho Serrano making up for that turnover, forcing an offensive foul against the Heat Waves.
Ito matter of adjustments to sa mga coaches. Alam nila na pag binigyan mo ng pin down screen si Robin and he's attacking on like a zoom action from the corner up to the top, you know he's gonna catch and shoot with a three.
They have a timeout. Abra with an 8-point lead. Kong Mayor, JB Bernos, as usual. And Kong, as we see the fans here inside the Governor Andres B. Bernos Memorial Gymnasium. At si Boss Mike Acosta nandyan din. Maganda yung simula ng Abra dito, pero nahihirapan sila dito sa pagbawi ng Pangasinan in the second quarter, but still an 8-point lead, 34 seconds remaining. Ildefonso one-on-one, this time against Pong Galanza. Dave to Encho for free again. That time a miss. A push against Dave Ildefonso.
Another sequence where the Heat Waves defended well. Actions on that right side of the floor. They denied that middle attack. They denied that inner thirds lane attack. Had the Heat Waves, had the Weavers settling for that 3 by Encho Serrano.
Pangasinan using their timeout with 19.1 seconds remaining. They trail by 8. We'll be right back after this short break. Encho Serrano against Imos, 15 points. 12 of those coming in the last 2 quarters. Also 54.5% shooting from the field. And tonight, going to work early, 13 points. Leading the way para dito sa Abra. And another efficient shooting half here para dito kay Encho.
Yeah, and you love that he's making his shots and he's taking it with a lot of intention to score. Hindi nag-hesitate.
Playing beautifully at home for the second consecutive game. Pangasinan with the last possession.
Good chance to trim this down further.
Make it a 2-possession ball game. Hard show by Dave Ildefonso. The pass broken up. Manuel sets his feet, fires. It's good! Timely basket from the muscle man to close out the second period.
And this has been that kind of game. You set up a play, it gets broken because of the defense of the other team, but you find a way to score. And that time around, that tip going into the waiting hands of the muscle man, Vic Manuel, and that 3 pretty much for him to claim at that turn of the break.
Well executed play of that timeout to close out this second period. And at the half, Abra just ahead by 5 over Pangasinan, 43-38.
I came from nothing. Just a small boy from streets of General Santos City. No shoes, no food, no chance, just a dream in my heart. From flyweight to junior middleweight, 8 divisions. Thank you. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang bawat Pilipinong nangangarap at lumalaban. This is our victory. This is our story. And the best is yet to come.
Back at the Governor Andres B. Bernos Memorial Gym in the beautiful province of Bangued, Abra for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abesamis, and right now I am joined by a very special guest, the team owner of the Abra Solid North Weavers, Congressman J.B. Bernos. Magandang gabi po. Sir, isa po ito sa pinaka-exciting na laro na nakita natin dito sa home court nyo. So far, how are you enjoying this game? At sa tingin nyo po, sir, paano pa mas makakalayo ang Abra Solid North Weavers sa second half?
Well, medyo sinuswerte lang kami. A couple of our key players are on the injured list. Uduba was hospitalized a while back, and then si Josep Taha was may back pains and all. Kaya medyo hindi ko inaasahan na gano'n yung flow nung game. But then the team really want to give a good show to the people of Abra. Kaya maganda nilalaro. But speaking kung paano makakalayo, I guess malakas na team yung Pangasinan. Of all the teams na nakaharap namin previously, Sans Quezon, ito na yata yung pinakamalakas na team. Kompleto sila this conference.
Kung napag-usapan niyo yung supporters ng Abra, no? Andito po sila lahat ngayong gabi, ano? Sumusuporta sa inyo, nagmamahal sa team. Ano pong gusto niyo sabihin sa kanilang lahat?
Well, as always, thank you. Agyaman na, Abra. Keep on supporting Abra Weavers. I guess, qualified naman na tayo siguro sa playoffs. And kagaya nung pinangako ko sa inyo, last year, even though di tayo tumagal last year, hanggang round 1 lang tayo. And then, this year, ang pangako ko sa inyo, I will give you a better team, a stronger team na kaya makipag-compete all the way to the finals. Yun yung aim ng Abra Weavers this time. So maraming salamat. Agyaman na kada kayo amin for always supporting Abra Solid North Weavers.
Napakaganda. Maraming salamat once again, the team owner of the Abra Solid North Weavers, Congressman JB Bernos. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. The Governor Andres B. Bernos Memorial Gymnasium in Bangued, Abra to witness 2 practices, the Pangasinan Heatwaves and the Abra Solid North Weavers as they prepare for one of the most challenging games in the regular season. I am with the head coach of the Abra Solid North Weavers, Coach Young Garcia. Coach, isa na namang matinding laro, no? Alam naman natin, talagang sa Norte ngayon, malalakas ang teams. At Pangasinan ang isa sa malakas na pwede mong makalaban dito sa eliminations. Kumusta ang paghahanda niyo?
It's all about kung sino talaga yung magtatrabaho bukas yung may chance manalo. Kasi alam naman natin, kapag si Coach Gerson talagang it's all about adjustment. Talagang parang chess match siya na talagang exciting yung game para bukas.
Vic, syempre nung dumating ka sa MPBL, ang taas agad ng expectations no, ng mga tao galing sa'yo. Sa mga nakalipas na games ng Pangasinan Heatwaves, sa tingin mo ba na ilabas mo na yung full potential kung ano yung inaasahan nila sa'yo?
Sa tingin ko, napakita ko naman na, pero sa tingin ko kulang pa rin eh. Di ba? Kasi yung mga nakalaban namin, hindi pa talaga yung mga contender team. So dito pa lang namin ma-challenge yung sarili namin, yung karakter ng team namin, saka yung karakter ng bawat isa, masusubukan kung hanggang saan kami. Yung pinapangarap naming playoffs, diba? Doon namin masusubukan kung hanggang saan kami aabot.
May nagkwento sa akin, nakahapon ka lang daw nagpakulay ng buhok. Ano bang tawag dun sa kulay na yan? Copper ba yan o gold?
Gold lang yan.
Parang gold yan parang sign yan na talagang lalabas ang lahat ng galing ng muscle man sa laro against Abra.
Hindi naman, naisipan ko lang kasi sanay naman ako na go-color ng buhok, diba? Kumusta ka yung mental preparation mo para dito sa game na dati mong team?
Well, mag-start ako sa practice namin. I started our practice defense kasi yun nga, nag-usap kami ni Coach Gerson na nakaraan na yun nga ako nga defense sa kay Encho. And sabi niya sa akin na I hope na at least ma-limit ko si Encho ng at least 10 points pa baba. Kasi Encho, yun, kilala mo naman si Encho. He's a go-to guy. So kailangan ko lang siya ma-stop.
Yung kalaban mo bukas, Coach, napaka-tight ng North, no? This could be one of your strongest opponents in the regular season.
So if you cannot win at home floor of the opponent, mabigat yun. We need to stay hungry and be disciplined kasi malakas talaga yung Abra.
Napag-usapan mo si Coach Gerson tsaka yung mga veterano nila. Alam kong familiar ka doon kasi nagsama-sama kayo sa invitational, no? Nag-champion kayo as Basilan team. Para sa'yo, saan sila mahirap na parting makalaban?
Yung team na yung mental nila talaga is to win talaga. And every game, kilala ko yun, si Weset, sila, sobrang physical talaga yan. And hindi basta-basta magpapatalo talaga, hindi nila ibibigay sa'yo ng madali yung panalo.
Nasasanay ka na ba na dinudumog ka ng mga kaliga natin? Nakikita ko sa iba't ibang venue, minsan humahawak sa jersey mo. Are you starting to embrace these things?
Well, ako para sa akin, sabi lang sa akin talaga yung tatay, always be humble. And para sa akin, I just want to play basketball and in hopes to inspire other people talaga. So yung mga dumog na yun, okay na naman talaga.
It's part of it.
Yeah, so sana naman, tone down ng konti.
Yan, ang bili ni David Defonso. Medyo kontian lang naman daw. ikaw ang captain ng mga players. Ano yung isang bagay na gusto mo lang sabihin sa kanila, no? To medyo give them courage.
Siguro i-treat namin yung game bukas like a championship game na kung paano talaga yung lalaro namin sa playoffs kasi knowing sa playoffs talagang isang talo lang, delikado ka na eh. So, yun lang yung pinaghandaan namin.
Malapit na yung Father's Day. Ano gusto mo sabihin kay tatay?
Tay, Happy Father's Day. Alam kong masayang-masaya ka na binabati kita ng Happy Father's Day at hindi mo ako binabati ng Father's Day. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng support na nabigyan mo sa akin. And mahal na mahal ko kayo ni nanay and sana mas i-bless ko man ni God ng mas maraming blessings kasi deserve mo and mahal na mahal ka namin magkakapatid.
Please watch and support Pangasinan with Waves and MPBL. Magandang laban to bukas.
And sa lahat ng mga taga-Abra na walang sawang sumusuporta at nagdarasal para sa team. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa amin, sa mga fans ng Abra, kay Kong JB and sa family niya. Ngayon boss, maraming salamat po sa suporta and kukunin po natin itong pananang to.
Suportahan niyo yung team namin, Pangasinan Heat Waves. Yan, makakalaban namin itong Abra. Alam namin sobrang lakas nito. Kailangan namin yung suporta niyo guys.
We have seen two of the most detailed practices in Coach Jerson Cabildes and Coach Yong Garcia. Kaya naman tignan natin ang kanilang mga resulta. It's game time.
At the half, 5 points separating these two teams. Pangasinan with 38 points. Abra Solid North Weavers coming up with 43. Muli po, Ken Pangilinan alongside Coach Mike Perez. And at courtside, we have Miss Mika Abisamis. And Coach Mike, Abra threatened to pull away after they built a lead as high as 12 points. But Pangasinan showing their mettle behind Vic Manuel came back despite the hot shooting of Dave Ildefonso and Encho Serrano for the Weavers.
Yeah, both coaches should be pretty much satisfied with how they shot the ball at 43 and 45% for Pangasinan and Abra. But if you're Coach Jerson, you love that you have 4 more attempts than that of Abra. But then again, more efficient 3-point shooting para dito sa Pangasinan where they are 40% from their 4 out of 10. Dami mga shots na 3 si Dave Ildefonso that did not go in. The points of turnovers pretty much more defensive favor para dito sa Abra Weavers where they were able to force 7 turnovers on dito sa Pangasinan to which they got 8 points out of it.
Vic Manuel leading the scoring as usual for Pangasinan with 9 points, 5 each from Heset Gabo, Mac Dalio, and Jory Napoles. And for Abra, off the bench, Encho Serrano, 13 points, already has 3 3-pointers. Ildefonso with 10. And how about CJ Austria stepping up, starting into this lineup para dito sa Abra and did a yeoman's job of trying to contain ito si Vic Manuel.
Agree. At maganda yung panimula na yun para kay CJ Austria. It does so much to his confidence, and it's done so much to the start of the Abra Weavers in this game. I like that coach co-mayor JB Bernos mentioned about the absence of John Oduba and Yusef Taha. Those two are really vital pieces on the rebounding side of the floor. Well, you all know rebounds trigger the fast breaks para dito sa Weavers, and so we'll see the type of adjustments both coaches will do, as Coach Gerson, I'm sure, is liking where he is now despite trailing at the half.
Kong Ching Bernos and Kong Mayor JB Bernos. And you've mentioned the adjustment. Si Mac Talio, who did not start this ball game, also has 3 fouls, begins the third quarter for Pangasinan.
Good roll.
Turnaround jumper, Mabulak has found the stroke here. Lead down to 3 points.
And more importantly, Mike is 3 out of 3 from the field. He has not missed yet. The other heat wave being Hesed Gabos, 2 out of 2 from the field.
Jack Cruz Dumont, binigay kay Dave Ildefonso. Same unit who started here for Abra. Dave Ildefonso with 12 points after that tough-looking jumper.
He's not gonna go down easy. Dave Ildefonso, shooting-wise, you know he's just gonna keep attacking and making shots. Oh, Hesed Gabo is 3 out of 3 from the field right now. And with a quick attack against the defense of Marvin Taiwan.
Nawala si Marvin Taiwan dun sa ball screen eh.
Oh. But actually he refused to get, he didn't get screened, but he was late. He was trailing all the way.
Gabo, wily as always for Pangasinan. Chance for a 3-point play.
I think yung yung speed and vision ni Hesed Gabo is what gives him an advantage over the other guards that he goes up against. A lot of players who play with a lot of speed normally don't have that vision and control. There's very few of them. I'd like to think JC is one of those players, including Hesed Gabo. May speed pero may control.
Ildefonso nakapuelo, lays it up and in, asking for a foul.
It's 2 out of 2 from the field right now in its first 2 attempts. The other one being attacked down the middle of the floor, to which I'm pretty sure Coach Gerson did not like how they defended that middle lane attack by David Ildefonso.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Dave got past 4 white shirts in that instance. First, off Harvey. That stunt helped by Hesed Gabo. And those hands raised by Vic Manuel and Mike Mabula, splitting it in the middle and finishing through the cup.
Manuel entry pass intended for Mac Talio. Pangasinan will reset their offense. Gabo, jump shot off the heel. Rebound, Cruz Dumont for Abra. The Weavers ahead by 4. Batino, kick out pass to Cruz Dumont. Guarded by Mac Talio. Batino floats it up and in.
And Batino's been asking for that clear out on that 2-man action. He wants to be on that roll and be hit with that pass so that he can finish. Oh, what a
Great
play.
backdoor cut. Pagsanhan got fouled. Great vision by Mac Talio.
But great action by the Heat Waves too.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
So they pretty much loaded on the ball handler that time, which happens to be Cruz Dumont. But that slip by Batino really allowed him to have that entire space for him to play on. And Vic Manuel tried to help out, but he was pretty much late.
Pagsanhan though, missing both free throws. So this remains a 6-point ball game. Tres, hindi gagana para sa Abra. Pangasinan with Vic Manuel against Austria, forcing him to miss that shot. Ildefonso inside, got fouled.
And good decision making by Dave Ildefonso, in my opinion. He understood that it was Vic Manuel who missed that layup the other end and that he was going to be late coming down. And he knew that there was not going to be rim protection so much. Went inside the middle lane, attacked it, tried to finish. And his strength really is tough to cover, lalo na sa loob, ano?
15 points for Dave Ildefonso. 2 for 2 at the line. Lead back up to 8.
He's got 6 points already in this third quarter.
Bongalanza, Jory Napoles coming in. And the two wings coming out, Pagsanhan and Mactalio. No, what bodes well for Pangasinan so far has been the edge and rebounding. +4 sila dito. Remember, Abra is number 1 in that department. Great high-low play. Mabulak setting up Jory Napoles.
And ang maganda dun, Ken, is that both teams are actually shooting at the almost the same clip. Pero advantage sa rebounds itong Pangasinan. First miss from 3 here for Dave in this quarter.
Manuel catches that pass. They reload. Pangasinan. Hesed Gabo pulls up. Good looking stroke.
Wala pang nakaka-stop kay Hesed Gabo with that 2-dribble right side of the floor jumper.
First guy in double figures for the Heat Waves with 10 points. Ildefonso against Napoles. Getting past Jorge. The side step beauty from Dave Ildefonso. And a turnover against Pangasinan.
How are you going to stop that? Another one incoming.
Manuel grabs the rebound.
How are you going to stop that, Ken?
Blowing past Jory Napoles. Manuel, again, Austria on his grill, forcing another miss. The youngster and the veteran going right at it here.
And only because CJ has done a good job on Vic Manuel. And frustrating him, he's tried to drive multiple times, but no.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Efficient from 3, you try and close out. He close out, he attacks you. He's got enough handle and enough foot speed to finish strong enough to the cup. And that's a good sign right there. Alam mo naman
wala lang yan.
Wala lang yan.
Si CJ, kung napanood nyo yan sa UAP playing for De La Salle, ganyan talaga yan.
Yeah.
Walang inaatrasan yan.
Him and Joshua.
Both
those guys.
They've always had that swag when they were playing for La Salle. I remember those final series with University of the Philippines. I'm sure si Coach Christian Lumanzon sobrang familiar dyan.
Alam mo kung anong common doon sa dalawang yon? They both come from Phenom basketball camp and under Coach Anthony Brodette. So, that level of confidence to compete, in my opinion, is coming from there.
We have a lengthy review at the moment. 4 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Lamang pa rin ang Abra but only by 6. Not much separating these two squads.
It is a double warning between number 2, Vic Manuel, and number 16.
Just a warning.
CJ Austria, both for
CJ and Vic.
Close scoring din, 10 and 9 so far here in the third quarter.
Ito, si CJ just standing his ground. Mintis yung tira ni Vic. Nagparamdam lang si Damasel man. Nagparamdam lang ng muscle.
Pero feeling ko naramdaman ng CJ yung muscle ni Vic Manuel doon sa dami ng bunggo na.
Taiwan takes that free off the mark. Napoles with a board.
A chance to make this a 4-point game or even 3.
Sa poste, Napoles laban kay Ildefonso. Big time matchup. Jore. Plethora of fakes, but he dragged his pivot foot.
Yeah. Actually, sinusubukan niyang hindi alisin yung pivot foot niya. Kaya lang, na-drag eh.
Marquis comes in for CJ. You notice for Abra, they're really playing the matchups.
Yeah. It's a chess match between those coaches.
Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes in between the head of security, Rudy Distrito, head of operations, Ember Oreta. Serrano comes in together now with Dave. Ildefonso laban kay Napoles.
Oh, wow.
Dave between the legs. Puts up a shot. That one rolls in. Halfway through and out. There's a Gabo, the oohs and ahs from the crowd after that sorry miss. Gabo taking it right to Marwin Taiwan, but Taiwan forcing a miss.
Marwin is free left side.
Marquis to a cutting. Alfred Batino getting the best of Jay Collado in that possession.
Some coaches call that the go action. When you have your big man coming down middle of the lane and it's get passed to the wing, a big man's supposed to continue downhill, and exactly what Batino did.
Mabulak thought he got fouled. Serrano behind the back. Marquis opted not to take that shot. Serrano eye to eye with Jay Collado. Former teammates. Another cut. Batino off the glass, no good. Foul called. Napoles. Marquis.
Bawat veterano talagang speaking up highly for standing up for their team. Kanina si Vic Manuel, now it's Marquis. Yeah, remember kanina si Marquis yung umaawat kay Vic Manuel.
Hindi nagustuhan ni Napoles yung tama. Ayun may pabaon na si Hiko eh. Kaya ang sinasabi ni Jory, he was just boxing out. Those two guys will not give an inch.
Oo naman.
Just a quick shout out to my good friend na taga Abra, umuwi ngayon sa Bangged. Wala iba kundi si Norbert Bagay, nanonood ngayon, no? Sayang di siya nandito sa loob ng venue eh.
Hindi kayo nakita?
Sa ano kami nakita? Sa La Union.
Sa La Union. Nauna ka na kasi dito.
Oo. Nauna siya.
Number 27, Doray Napoles, both for verbal altercation, second infraction.
So, pretty much canceling it out. Our game officials have been pretty lenient for the most part here. Huh?
Right.
Long Flores comes in. He had a massive impact in the first half, grabbing those rebounds.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Ken.
And a huge reason why hindi dehado yung Pangasinan in that department. Actually, sila pa yung mas maraming rebounds. Collado lost steam as he tried to rise up for that finish. Taiwan against Ian Melencio. Taiwan beats him off the dribble. Encho, one-handed shot, no. Marquis with an offensive rebound. Comes away from the pack. Lalabas papunta kay Warwin Taiwan.
Maklas yung rebound ni Marquis.
Long three from Dave. Short. Marquis giving them another possession.
Wow. Goes back to what Kong Mayor JB Bernas mentioned earlier. You don't have John Oduba. You don't have Yusef Taha. But you're never short of effort when you have a Marquis on the floor. He just continues to secure those 50-50 ball and those rebounds. What a warrior this guy is.
Kita mo yung chest patch ulit. Ha? Pumasok si Vic. Pinasok din ni Coach Yong, si CJ Austria.
That's right. Kaya nga game of adjustments ito eh. And you love... Oh, wow, what a play.
Serrano floats it up to Raven. No foul call. Melencio will push it. Behind the back. Stolen away by Taiwan. And he is gone on the other end. The Abra Solid North Weavers on the rampage here in the third quarter. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X-Pop. Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners.
Well, it seems to me that the Heat Waves are trying to attack the defense of Marwin Taiwan, and Marwin Taiwan has had enough. Gets that steal and makes them pay the other end with that fast break layup.
We'll pause for a break. We'll be back. Encho Serrano and the rest of the Abra Weavers regaining control. Back up by double digits, 57-47. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the third period. Pangasinan has executed well off of timeouts. What do they have in store for here with 10 on their shot clock? Napoles. Fake. In trouble. Melencio with 4. Ian puts it up. Off to their left. And David Defonso secures rebound number 5.
Oh, an empty possession for the Heat Waves. Now they gotta defend and avoid this lead from further escalating. They're down 10 right now.
Serrano, binigay kay David Defonso. Laban kay Napoles. Extra pass. Joshua David drills in a long two-pointer.
I feel, Ken, this has got to be the fastest 5 for the Abra Weavers.
And this is what they did against Quezon, turning turnovers into points.
This is definitely the fastest 5 of the Abra Weavers. Encho and Dave, together with CJ and Joshua, with Raven being the guy in the middle.
Another timeout by Coach Gerson as Abra beginning to pile up the points. This was that long 2-point shot by Joshua David, and then on the ensuing possession, Ian Melencio falling down on the floor, and Joshua David able to lay it up and in. Back-to-back baskets for the former LaSalle Green Archer. This lead has ballooned to its biggest at 14 points. Coach Gerson only has 1 timeout remaining in for the rest of the second half. Back-to-back timeouts yung ginamit niya doon. Dahil namamaga na nga yung lamang ng Abra as we're under 2 minutes remaining here in the third period.
Yeah, they want to milk that mismatch down low with Vic Manuel being checked by CJ.
De Gregorio, much needed basket for the Heat Waves.
Boy, they need somebody to score on those, medium range. If the threes are not falling and the lanes are clogged and the paint, you got to find a way to score on the non-paint twos.
Serrano recovers, release pass to Ildefonso for 3. And rebound ends up with Pangasinan. Galanza steps into a 3, gets it to go!
There you go. He was 0 out of 2 previous to that shot. He's made 1. And if you know Bong Galanza, he can be a streaky shooter as well.
Great response by Pangasinan. Cuts this lead down to 9. David giving Abra a spark in the third. Austria fakes off that pass. Spins away from Jory Napoles and scores!
Oh, and CJ Austria has continued to impress.
Now in double figures with 10 points. Galanza, great screen provided by Napoles but can't convert. Austria with its 7th board. Serrano will burn some time here as they opt for a good percentage shot here. 8 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Serrano against Galanza. Encho, kick out. David again from the left corner. But CJ Austria with another basket. 2 seconds remaining. Vic Manuel again. That time too strong. Third quarter in the books. And Abra with a strong finish to the third behind CJ Austria and Joshua David, the 2 LaSallians combining forces. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Well, pretty much until the mid of the third quarter, we were toe-to-toe with the Heat Waves and itong Weavers going 10-9 scoring-wise, but this blitz of scoring predicated on defense has pushed this lead in favor of Abra Weavers heading into the fourth.
A 13-point lead by Abra, 65-52 over Pangasinan. Gixer, fan of the game, born for greatness. Naimbag Arabii sa ating mga Ilocano fans dito sa Abra. We're thrilled to be back here at the Governor Andres B. Bernos Memorial Gymnasium. And as usual, fans have flocked in. And boy, this mouth-watering matchup between these two powerhouse teams in the north, they have lived up to the billing. But Abra, strong third quarter. The two youngsters, Joshua David and CJ Austria, rising to the occasion. But still 10 more minutes.
And with the way these Weavers have been built this season, see that another nice play.
Quarter scoring natin, 21-19 for Abra. Bumawi ang Pangasinan na second +5. But here in the third, 22-14 in favor of Abra.
Yeah, this is the lowest output of the Heat Waves in that third quarter after going a couple of 19s. Hitting just 14 in the third quarter, primarily because of the defense of the Weavers, getting it a notch higher.
Ildefonso, bounce pass, Gonzalez, one-hander again. Napoles with another board, his third. Di Gregorio. Entry pass to Manuel.
You see that cross match? Raven Gonzalez was taking on, was that Mike De Gregorio with the ball on the wing side, and then down on a low block, it was actually Dave Ildefonso getting sealed by Vic Manuel, but still they were able to contain it.
Galanza.
There you go.
Badly needed free for Pangasinan.
And Dave didn't like his defense right there. He knew he got beat to that spot.
Second three-pointer for Bong Galanza. Serrano, joined by CJ Austria, Joshua David, Raven Gonzalez, and Dave Ildefonso. This is a young lineup.
Yeah.
Para dito sa Abra. At napaka-veterano yung kalaban nila ngayon, no? Vic Manuel, Ian Melencio, Mike Di Gregorio, Jory Napoles, and Bong Galanza. Quick Win Shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
And that's where Dave felt that he was late. Twice already, Bong Galanza scored on him. Bong on the 45.
Oh, great recovery. Di Gregorio can't get the bounce. Napoles, the fake, got blocked but fouled as well on that incursion underneath.
Mapapaisip ka talaga pag nasa harap mo si Raven Gonzalez because he really just, for the most part, puts his hand up.
Jory Napoles has struggled prior to his last two outings. Had a tough 5-game stretch where he only averaged 4.2 points on 33.3% field goal shooting, but has rectified that in the last two games. 14 points in each of those two. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
And apart from that, Ken, you like that he's finally learned to control his fouls in their last 6 games. For the most part, foul trouble yan. 3 or 4 fouls. I think there was a couple of games that he fouled out. And really just understanding how to defend and his value to this team.
Out of control pass by Dave. Turnover against Abra. Melencio. Now Taiwan in for the Weavers. Napoles the cut, attacking the defense of Dave Ildefonso for the deuce.
And the Heat Waves continue to hang in there. They're down only 7. Well, from a high of 14, they're now only down 7. And so if you're Coach Jerson and these Heat Waves, you gotta keep executing what you prepared for.
Pangasinan, despite their struggles this season, they have shown multiple times that they can come back from early deficits. They had that big comeback against Ilagan, Isabela, Bataan, Pampanga, Davao Occidental. as Serrano lines up that free, no good. Great save there by Joey Napoles. Tatakbo dito si Mike De Gregorio. Another steal by Marvin Taiwan. Taiwan challenging Joey Napoles, and he'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
How about Marvin Taiwan? Couple of steals here in the second half, and really every time pushing the pace.
Impeccable timing in darting in, going for that steals. That's his 5th steal of the ball game.
And in my opinion, that's really just understanding tendencies. I'm pretty sure he's watched the games of Mike De Gregorio with that left-hand dribble. 8 steals versus 3. 5, that's a +5 favor para dito sa Abra Weavers. Couple of them from Marvin Taiwan.
Special deal from MonexBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. In addition, Marvin Taiwan is shooting a superb 92% from the line. Nabati ko pa. Rare miss. 66-58. More than 3 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. Vic Manuel this time against Alfred Batino.
You gotta clear that.
Vic can't get it to go. Tapik, napunta yung Encho Serrano. Has Hesed Cabo to beat. Oh, Hesed Cabo, good hands. Stopping that fast break opportunity.
Quick thinking din si Hesed Gabo eh. Hindi ko habulin yung bola, habulin kung sino yung nauuna. And so he went after that spot on the floor, understanding that somebody's gotta stay home and defend that paint.
Of course, batiin din natin si Miss Saturday, walang iba kundi ang ating kasama na si Gianna Llanes, joined by Celine, Ben, Rob, and Janina. They're watching this game right now.
Boy, what a game this has been.
Ildefonso sa poste, laban kay Mike De Gregorio. Dave, fadeaway jumper, no good. Napoles blocks another board.
Now it's important you convert on one end. You have a chance to make this a 6-point game.
Hesed, kick out pass, Talio. No good.
That was a good look.
Good pass as well. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the 4th.
And I say that was a good look because earlier Mac Talio hit one from the same spot.
Patino. Laban kay Michael Mabulak. Ildefonso whips a pass to Mark Yee. 2 seconds remaining. Taiwan puts it up. De Gregorio grabs and goes. Mike the Hesse gives it up to Jory Napoles. Mabulak, quick shot. Wala pa din. Mark Yee sky high for that basketball. And foul whistled against Pangasinan.
Wow, another empty possession para dito sa Heat Waves. That's already what, 2 or 3 possessions where they gotta stop but they never converted it on their side of the floor. This could have been what, a 4-point game? But the good thing, I guess, Ken, is that you still have a chance to get another stop here for the Heat Waves.
I think they're sorting out the game clock here. 8-point lead for Abra. Remember, these two teams were the newest additions last season. Sila yung dalawang bagong kupunan in Season 6. Meanwhile, let's go courtside to Ms. Mika Abesamis.
As we know, one of the biggest problems of Coach Gerson Cabiltes today would be Dave Ildefonso and Encho Serrano, which he called the best wing duo of the league so far. Speaking of Encho, who played for him in the MPBL Invitationals, as we mentioned, when they won a championship together, sabi niya, Encho is really good during clutch moments. Buo ang loob. It was a treat having him and Mike Wico sa wing, almost the same style. Kwento niya, in one close game, he fished for a foul sa tres. No foul was called. He was really frustrated. His teammates were frustrated at him, but this bad shot didn't stop him. He took the next one and made it. Again, buo ang loob. Ready siya sa big games, kaya alam kong ready talaga siya ngayong gabi. Respect from his former coach. Ken, Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Mika. That's what you love about Encho. And that's why he's really a good second fiddle para dito kay Dave Ildefonso. Never gets rattled. Rises to those big moments. And alam na alam ni Coach Gerson yan, nagsama sila when they won the championship for Basilan. And mind you, yung kalaban nila in the finals was Nueva Ecija, who had a talented lineup. And That historic shot by Philip Manalang, who ended up draining that game-winning free, his only points of the game to seal the championship for Basilan.
Oh, grabe naman talaga kasi yung kumpiyansa ito ni Encho Serrano. Kumpiyansa nang gagaling sa kagalingan eh. Yung tapang na alam mong andito ako sa sitwasyon na to, alam ko kung anong gagawin ko at pinaghandaan ko ito.
Past the halfway point of the fourth. Mactalio, pocket
Nice
pass, Mabulak. Hook shot is good.
So far, Mike Mabulak, I don't think he's missed yet from the floor.
Abra, in their 11-game winning streak, they have beaten their opponents by double digits in 10 of those. The lone win they had, where they won by just 4 points, was against the Cebu Classic in Calasiao, Pangasinan.
Let me correct that. Mike has already missed from the field. But boy, that shot selection and display. Middle ball action. Nice pick by Mike on that finished floater against Batino.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Mike moved that defense by Batino with a little hesitation before he put the ball on the floor, attacked the middle, got another pump fake before he finished.
Kong Mayor JB Bernos looking intently. 4 minutes and 27 seconds left. Gabo against Joshua David. Mabulak providing that screen. Hesed, Tutalio, turns the corner. Can't finish. And now he will be tasked to guard Encho Serrano. Encho with 10 on their shot clock. Mabulak switching on to him. Raven Gonzalez, one-hander! Mista mo na!
And you knew that was coming. He just kept on camping on that elbow. And some coaches believe if you control the elbows, you control the game, which is exactly what happened in that situation for Raven Gonzalez. He was so close to that elbow, and you know he's not going to put that ball on the floor. It's always catch and shoot near the paint for Raven Gonzalez.
Doesn't force the issue si Raven Gonzalez.
That's
He
right.
knows his alley for Abra. Ildefonso fakes, whips a pass. Gonzalez na naman. He's come up big with back-to-back baskets.
Wow.
Lead back up to 10 points.
The future is bright for that middle guy in the lane for the Weavers. Raven is such a treasure for the Weavers.
Under 3 minutes remaining, Gabo. That one rolls out. Jump ball situation. Possession arrow still pointing to Pangasinan.
How about Raven Gonzalez though? Look at this. That pass on that elbow, quick floater. How many big guys can actually do that? This time around, that ball got swung. They swing it again over to Raven, and just a quick catch and float. Rarely do you see that in a big man.
Coach Jerson, though, quite upset with Hesed Gabo as he headed back to the bench. Baseline inbound, Mactalio to Ian Melencio. Replacing Hesed Gabo. Gong Galanza coming off that screen. Attacks. Can't find the angle. And the defense of Abra clicking here in the past couple of sequences.
They forced the heat waves on the weak side of the floor where a lot of help is coming. That's what happened in that last sequence.
Ildefonso. Mabulak the rebound. Pangasinan looks to push. Oh, that pass. Just not in sync with Bongalanza.
Yeah, I feel Mactalio had the right idea of pushing that ball down the middle. He actually expects that corner to be filled by Bongalanza, which he did not, and so he turned it to a turnover.
We have a timeout by Abra, up by 10, 70-60. special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth period. Good-sized crowd inside the Governor Andres Bernos Memorial Gymnasium. And kabilang dyan ang ating fan of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
You just love it when kids watch the games and they show that passion for the game too.
Kung Mayor JB Bernos and Ma'am Ching Bernos, yung turnovers ng Pangasinan.
That's your story right there. 12 turnovers to which the Weavers got 13 points off of it.
2-point guard setup for Coach Gerson. Ian Melencio, Hesed Gabot together.
And they will spread this floor again.
5 on their shot clock. Last 2 minutes of the game. Joshua David. Short. Shot clock violation against Abra. Pangasinan with a slither of hope. Still a long way to go. They've had a handful of comebacks this season. Most notable yung sa Ilagan, no?
Oh, yeah.
They were down 7 points in the fourth quarter. They were able to get back into the game and steal that one. Hesed Gabo sidesteps inside and scores.
There you go, that foot speed again of Hesed Gabo. Every time Hesed's been beat, he's beaten every defender to a spot so far.
1 minute and 40 left. A steal. Mabulak. Short stab. No. And high above was Raven Gonzalez for the rebound.
What an opportunity that was for the Heatwaves to score. They could have cut this down to 6.
Serrano will milk the clock. 8 seconds left.
Triple gap on the right side of the floor.
Encho. Skip pass to nobody. Turnover against Abra.
And they're still in this. They are still in this. You gotta execute real good.
Coach Gerson will burn his final timeout. Coach Yong is livid. Not happy with that non-call. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back. Back with us here in this matchup between Pangasinan and Abra. Dave Ildefonso has come out again with guns a-blazing here. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Much to the delight of the Abrareños dito sa Governor Andres B. Bernos Memorial Gymnasium.
And I think Dave is going to be happy with how the other guys for the Weavers have performed. Nice inbounds play.
Vic Manuel just chopped off couple of seconds down to a 2-possession ball game. The pressure, almost a seal. Taiwan will cross the half-court line. Gives it up to Dave Ildefonso. No need to foul if you're Pangasinan. Ildefonso blows past Galanza. 2 shots coming up for Dave.
And they're going to have to review this. I saw one official pointing to the floor, saying that the foul was on the floor. And I think another official was saying it was on the shot.
This is a big call.
Yes.
Because Pangasinan is just down by 6.
Oh.
Was it on the gather? The push.
If that was on the push, might be on the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah, on the floor, that's right.
So that's a big call because it saves
Yes.
the possession. Or I should say, it
The free
saves
throw.
2 points.
Yeah, 2 points.
It saves possible 2 points for Abra.
If he was awarded a free throw, if that was considered foul on the act of shooting.
Again, they will sort out the clock. I think 54 seconds remaining dapat yan, no?
And all these, that review and this stoppage is really allowing this huddle for both coaches.
We'll be back after the short break.
Quarter is 54.1 seconds.
Commissioner Kenneth Doremnes, Emer Oreta, and Rudy Distrito. Official time remaining is 54.1 seconds remaining. Fresh 14 though for Abra. But if for the Heat Waves, no need to foul. Patino gives it up to Encho Serrano.
Ooh.
Almost a backcourt violation. Patino though is free, but bouncing it off his foot. And Pangasinan with a stop.
Well, Coach Gerson got what he wanted. He wanted that stop, that end of the floor. Now they bring back Vic Manuel. Wow, chess match between these two coaches right now.
Pangasinan, no more timeouts. Gabo. Drag screen by Napoles. Jore for free. No! Serrano with the rebound. 33 seconds to go. Serrano got fouled. Pangasinan not yet in penalty.
Yeah, and Coach Gerson intentionally wanted that quick shot from Jore Napoles. He wanted that three because they were looking for a 2-for-1 situation. Imagine if Jore knocked down that shot and they would have defended that middle shot clock situation para dito sa Abra Weavers and they don't convert anything. It would have been an opportunity to come down on their side of the floor with enough time to try and execute something to equalize the game.
Both teams downsizing here. Joshua David replacing Raven Gonzalez, also for free throw purposes. Pangasinan, time not on their side. Bounce pass to Batino. Quick foul again. Given up. And Pangasinan in penalty. But this is a good guy to foul,
Yes.
Alfred Batino.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, tonight, Batino has, I don't think he's gone to the line yet. Yeah, he hasn't. This is his first trip to the line. But he's an 83% free throw shooter.
Ano, 73.
73. That's still good enough.
Good. Yun nga eh. Gulat nga ako eh. Maganda yung percentage niya from the line.
I thought he was somewhere 55 to 60.
Although I said that siya yung maganda i-foul compared to guys like
To the other
Taiwan,
guys, that's right.
90% free throw shooter, Joshua David, Encho Serrano, and David Defonso.
And considering he hasn't gone to the line yet in this game.
Calmly sinks the first.
He tells us, Ken and Mike, I'm gonna knock down the free throws. Don't worry about it.
Unsung hero, Alfred Batino,
Oh yeah.
has stepped up with the absence of John Oduba and Yusuf Taha, but missing the second. Still a slither of hope. Vic Manuel for free. Bouncing out. Ian Melencio got fouled. Just a third team foul against Abra.
Good use of foul situation. And that was clearly the instruction of Coach Young to use your fouls. Definitely, shooting a guy that's not in the act of an attempt.
Gabo. Another foul. But still, Abra not yet in penalty.
And Encho was saying mukhang papas, and I thought so too.
Oh, but they give him 2 shots.
That's right. It looked like he was looking for that other guy on the corner 3. He wasn't looking for the shot. Kasi dalawa na yung dumipensa sa kanya. He had 2 on the ball, and that corner guy was free.
Critical free throws for Hesed Gabo. Good on the first one. Gabo with 13 points. Shooting 83% from the line this season. Calmly sinks both. A timeout requested by Coach Yong Garcia. Abra with the possession with a 5-point lead. And not yet over, but if Abra, you just need to really inbound a basketball and make your free throws.
I feel considering the situation right now, it would be best to inbound from the front court, and so that you take away that possibility of a steal on the back end.
Okay. Go! Nakalibre ha. Go! Flash. Ngayon, pagtanggap. 4 corners. 4 corners. Papaul yan!
Yeah. Which is exactly how they've done it.
Simon Camacho looks like he will be one of the key additions
Oh, yeah.
for this already talented, loaded Abra Solid North Weaver squad.
I'm not confirming anything, but that sure looks like it. Him sitting that side of the bench, who knows? But there's been talk about that. Him coming over and joining the Weavers.
Patino, pass to Serrano. And he will draw a foul. 2 shots coming up for Encho. Serrano in the season is only 64% from the line.
Wilkian Lee.
Yeah. A homegrown Wilkian Lee. He is from Lagang Ilang, Abra, and attended Cordillera Career Development College. Serrano sinking the first free throw.
And that kid, Kian Lee, is a scorer. He's had a couple of games where he scored 10 points or more. 13 versus Bulacan and 12 versus Sarangani.
Amazingly, these are the first points for Encho Serrano in the second half. But guys like Joshua David and CJ Austria have stepped up. Hesed Gabo lays it up and in.
Hesed Gabo.
Still a 5-point lead, 5.4 seconds left. Quick foul. A second chop off the game clock. And this is looking like win number 14 for the Abra Solid North Weavers. Coach Jerson Cabiltes did all his might to push Abra to the limit, but Coach Yong Garcia, boy, the adjustment he made in inserting CJ Austria into the starting lineup, guarding Vic Manuel, has been the magic sauce, if you will, in this impending win of Kong Mayor JB Bernos and the rest of the Abra Solid North Weavers.
Yeah. That's when, mid of the third quarter, when they put in that fast 5 version of the Weavers, of Raven Gonzalez being the middle guy, your power forward being David Defonso, surround them with CJ, Encho, and Joshua. That pretty much helped spread this lead in the third quarter in favor of the Weavers, and that sped up that game, both ends in favor of the home team, Abra Weavers.
A pretty much competitive game between two Teams in the north with championship aspirations. Our best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Coach Mike, Dave Ildefonso put in his usual numbers. Encho Serrano was huge in the first half, but this guy probably was the X factor in this ball game tonight.
Definitely the X factor. This is just his third start as an Abra Weaver, but man, those quick 4 points to start the game and sustained it all throughout this match. CJ, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field, perfect from the line, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers. That's how efficient the CJ Austria has been for the Weavers.
Answering the call of Coach Younger, see our final score, 68 for the Pangasinan Heatwave, 75 para sa Abra Solid North Weavers. Let's go courtside to Miss Mika Abisamis.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, CJ. No, binigyan kayo ng Pangasinan ng napakagandang laban, but you were just too much to handle. At tuwang-tuwa kami sa surprise performance mo, lalo na ang pagdepensa mo kay Vic Manuel.
Unang-una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat ako sa Panginoon na binigay sa amin yung panalo na to. And maraming salamat din kay God dahil binigay niya sa akin yung performance na to. And sabi ng mga coaches namin and mga buong team namin na next man up kasi wala yung mga sila Jano Duba, basta yung mga 4-gay namin, wala sila Joseph Taha. So sabi nila next man up, and then ginawa ko lang yung role na binigay nila sa akin na depensahan si Kuya Vic. Alam ko na sobrang veterano niya sa loob, and binigay ko lang din yung best ko para sa kanya.
At bukod doon, meron ka pang 9 rebounds ngayong gabi, CJ. Unbeaten pa rin kayo, no? Dito sa home court nyo. Sa practice ba? Tsaka sa mga games, ramdam nyo na ba yung next round?
Sa practice, ramdam na namin kung ano yung mga gagawin namin. Siyempre, ginagawa namin sa practice, and then nagbunga lang sa mga laro.
Maraming salamat. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Una-una sa lahat, binabati ko yung family ko sa Laguna, and then yung sa Bulacan, yung Austria family, Javier family, Lasanas family, and then yung Wahay family, Palaya family, and then yung baby ko si Caleb dyan, and then yung girlfriend ko si Rochelle Palaya.
Maraming salamat, CJ Austria. This play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ken Kuchman.
Maraming salamat, Mika. CJ Austria came into this game averaging only 5.5 points with 12 points and 9 rebounds. Much to the delight of Kong Mayor JB Bernos. I'm sure he's happy as Abra getting another home win. On Monday, we will go back to the Pasay Astrodome. First game natin, Manila Batang Quiapo kontra Gensan Warriors. Marikina Shoemasters taking on the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. And in our main game, the Pasay Voyagers look to snap their 2-game losing skid at home kalaban ang Davao Occidental Tigers. That's gonna do it for our coverage here in the province of Abra, in the town of Bangued, on behalf of Coach Mike Perez and Miss Mika Abisamis, and for our entire crew of Again Pangilinan. Maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.